Hi, good morning. Happy Monday. Yeah, so yesterday, oh, okay, she's going, okay. So yesterday, it was like, I don't know, like 72, and I had on pants, like my long-legged leggings, and thought about putting on my shorts, my actual shorts, because it was 72 and it was lovely, okay? It was just lovely. And then the next time I went out, I was like, it feels a little brisk out here. It doesn't feel like it's 72 anymore. Well, this morning, it feels like 32. That's extreme, okay? It's just very extreme. These are the prettiest little flowers. I mean, I think they're weeds, but hold on. I mean, squirrel, but look, aren't they pretty? I think they're just weeds because they're just popping up in his grass. But they're so pretty. Oh my gosh, David lost a lot of limbs in the recent windstorms and such as that. Do you think I could sue him? Do you think I could sue him if I tripped over a limb while I'm walking my dog in his yard? I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Lord, have mercy. I wouldn't do that. But it is funny to think about, right? Since I'm walking in his yard. I'm suing you, man, because you didn't pick up all your limbs. And when I walked my dog in your yard, I bet people would do that. I bet they would. I wouldn't do that. That's stupid. He's allowing me to walk in his yard, so yeah. I'm just thankful that I get to walk in his yard, Now I'm walking into another person's yard. But it's only because they let me. Yeah, I wouldn't do it if they didn't let me. If they didn't encourage me. Okay, David may not have encouraged me, but he said, I don't care. So that was enough for me, Anyway, I'll be back. Hi, it's me again. It is so windy. Oh my gosh. Like I was sitting in my office and the wind blew. It felt like it moved my house off its foundation. It didn't. But you know how the house just shakes when the wind blows? It's very windy. Y'all probably can't even tell, but trust me, okay? These wind gusts are massive, okay? But I just thought of something. Music is just a part of my brain. So I'm at work one day and we have a new job come in and it's called Lido, L-I-D-O, okay? And I say to Lisa, oh look, this new job name. It's called Lido. What does that make you think of? And Lisa, who is the travel queen, says, the Lido deck on a ship. Of course that's where you would go. She said, what'd you think of? I said, Lido. Oh. One for the two for the show. We're on the way to go. Whoa, Lido. I went to the song, dude. She was like, the song? Yes, the song. Come on in, pumpkin. Come on. This way. This way. There you go. By the way, someone on YouTube, and I thanked him for this, he warned me about my little stoop there because he said if you step on it wrong, it's going to flip. It's happened to me before, okay? But, and my dad built it. See, it's got the thing right there, this piece of wood right there. So yeah, if you catch it right here on the end, that'll pop up, but that lip does catch it a little bit, so when it pops up, it gets caught right there, so it doesn't go too far. But I've learned I gotta step on the mat and then go in the house, because the mat is secure between the two pieces of wood. But that was lovely of him to tell me that. I thanked him. And I'm not being insincere with that comment. I'm being serious, okay? Also, Rice water. Rice water is making everything bloom. And I don't know if I explained it well enough last time. You can use instant rice or regular rice. I just use instant because it's easier, okay? And you put it in a pitcher full of water. Mine's a big pitcher. And then you fill it up with water. You let it sit overnight. And then the next day you take that bag of rice out and throw it away. Well, actually, I put it in the sink and let the rest of the water drain out of it because, you know, it's still holding a lot of water. But if you use regular rice, you would strain it. And then you just water your plants with it. And it's just regular water, tap water, not hot, not cold, just regular old water. And I do this like once a month with rice water. And I water the rest of the time with just regular water. That's what I was trying to say. So, yeah, beautiful, huh? Yeah. So, anyway, Gracie wants out, but she doesn't because it's cold. The high today is, I think it said it's going to be 54, but it feels much colder than that because of the wind. You know how that is. I don't think the windshield temperature is going to get out of the 40s. But tomorrow it's going to be 76, and then Wednesday it's going to be 78. So, and then Thursday I think the high is going to be back to 57. So, welcome to the roller coaster that is spring, okay? And I'll be back, okay? Okay. Now, it is St. Patty's Day, okay? St. Patrick's Day. And what would the day be without you're wearing your green or your orange? Now, technically I should be wearing orange because orange is the Protestant color, if you know weird information like that. I learned it from one of my friends on Facebook who refuses to wear green. I don't know. But anyway, but we have to tell some St. Patrick's Day jokes on St. Patrick's Day, don't you know? Why did the leprechaun go outside to sit on his patio? What type of bow cannot be tied? A rainbow. What do you call an Irish spider? Paddy Longlegs. What is green and sings besides me? Elvis Parsley. Why should you never iron a 4-leaf clover? You never want to press your luck. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very easily entertained. Why did the leprechaun bring a ladder to the bar? Because he heard the drinks were on the house. We had a major. His name was O'Connor. So he definitely had the Irish name, don't you know? And every single year, the sergeant on the desk turned him into a leprechaun on pictures and posted it on Facebook. But he would put him on like the Irish hat and yeah, turned him into a leprechaun because he was also like, I don't know, he might have been 5'7"-ish. So he was a little on the leprechaunish side. Well, okay, so he's not really on the leprechaunish side, but the other guy's 6'4.5" or 6'5.5". You know how I know he's 6'5.5"? I've told this story before, but I was on a ladder and he was just standing there the same height as me, and I was on a ladder, and I said, well, good Lord, how tall are you? And he said 6'5.5", and I said, well, you could give me 5.5 inches, to which he replied, I could give you more than that. How old are leprechauns? Old enough to remember when rainbows were black and white. Oh. Do leprechauns like to eat leftovers? No, they prefer left clovers. Crimson and clover, over and over. What did the wolfhound say on St. Patrick's Day? Kiss me, I'm Irish. Happy St. Patrick's Day from your favorite pup. Patrick, get it? Who was Cinderella's date on St. Patrick's Day? Pinch Charming. How do you pay for green beer on St. Patrick's Day? With a leprechaun, of course. Why did the leprechaun say no to a bowl of soup? He already had a pot of gold. What does a leprechaun order at a coffee shop? Green tea. How do leprechauns like to get around town? On a cloverboard. Cloverboard. Hoverboard. Cloverboard. Cloverboard. I don't know. What song line might you hear a leprechaun say? The party don't start till I walk in. That was dumb. What does a leprechaun eat for lunch? A bologna sandwich. What happens when you call a leprechaun short? He gets offended. O apostrophe. You know, like O'Connor, offended. What's the leprechaun's community's answer to Comic-Con? Leprechaun. What kind of spells do leprechauns use? Lucky Charms. It's me Lucky Charms. Anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day to ya. Hope you're having a great day. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. We hope he's coming back soon because people are crazy. I'll talk to you on the next one, okay? Doodles.